All right, welcome everybody. Good to see you guys here logged in. We already did a tech check, but I'm excited to preview this new calendar feature to you guys. You guys requested, we listened, we built a calendar view. I'm excited about this feature. It's really going to be a game changer, I think, for a lot of you. Before we hop in, let me ask you guys, do you have some kind of board in your office that looks like this, where you have due dates and bid dates and the person that is working on that? If you do, post in the chat. I want to hear you and see if you have like an estimating calendar or like a takeoff calendar, client meetings. What are you managing on your board? Okay, yeah, I see that. Estimating, yep. Takeoffs, okay, great. Outlook calendar we use shared calendars. Okay, yep, totally understand. Estimate due dates, dry erase calendars. Yep, using Outlook. Okay. Yeah, so basically what the new calendar feature, let me just come here to our second slide. What calendar view does for us, just a couple of qualifications. It's not available for people on our monthly plan. So if you're currently on a monthly plan, we'll need you to migrate to a yearly agreement with us. But basically, this is for our team plan. And if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out to me or Christine. We'll be happy to help. But this is basically your new bid board, or your new takeoff calendar, or like your dashboard, but in a calendar view. Okay. So you can see yourself, you could see your whole team, or a certain part of your team. You can customize it in a lot of different ways. So the last thing here we have is that beta testers are needed. Before we roll this out, we'd like to have a handful of clients that are trying this out, giving us feedback, making tweaks here and there so that we're delivering, a good solution. So if you're interested in beta testing, please reach out to me via email. I'll be happy to work with you on that. So let's dive in. It's pretty straightforward. Right now, we're looking, I'm going to bring up our testing environment and we'll start from scratch. You'll see here a change at the top bar. You'll see a calendar button. Now, you'll see that it replaced the resources section. So what we've done is we've taken the resources section and we've actually moved it under the resources tab under your profile. We just figured that this would be a better place to house your documents rather than this valuable space up here. So we made that switch if the calendar is enabled under your account. We're not going to start at the calendar, but I want to work through a typical workflow that I see at a lot of clients so that you can see how this fits into the big picture. So let's say somebody gives you a call for either a service or someone is requesting a bid from you. You get that email, you get that phone call, you are signing in a new file. So you would come here and click new file and you would enter in the project name. I'm just gonna put this information in here and we'll put my name. And then we're gonna call this, whatever status that's appropriate for you. We'll click save. Okay, so now the new file is created. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to assign a few people to this opportunity, and I'll assign it to Casey Fletcher, and I will also assign it to Chandler. Now, when I assign these people, now when I go to my calendar, these people will show up on the calendar that this project is in their court. Now, how does the calendar all work together with the sales behaviors? So we made an update to the sales behaviors where when you click on an activity, so let's say, for example, you want to have a calendar of all the takeoffs or job site visits that you have to do. You're going to come here, and just like you set it up today, if you click on that, you'll see the new pop-up or the new view of the calendar, and you can select the day. So if I come here, let's do next Friday, and then I'll ask you a time that you want to do that. And we'll just, it defaults to the current time, but you can do, anytime you want. We'll just call it noon. And now we have selected the time and save. Why does it ask for time? Because when you are setting up a calendar, it requires the time to be put on the calendar. And so let's say, for example, you have 2 or 3 takeoffs for the day. You want to know when you're going to be where, right? Sometimes the time isn't relevant. Totally understand that. But if you're setting up client meetings, which you could also do, you're definitely going to want to have the time of that appointment there. So this date I just scheduled next Friday at 12. This is what's going to appear now on our calendar view. So if I come here to our calendar view, I click on that, it takes us to the nice new calendar. And so here you can see calendar is very familiar. Just to give you an overview of what we have going on here, we have the calendar month view, we have a week view, and then we also have a daily view that you can filter through. And as you are looking at whatever view you are, you can scroll to this month, next month, etc., right? So very easy. And if you click on today, it just defaults back to the day. So very straightforward calendar. Now over here on the left-hand side, this is how it's bringing the rest of the system together. Here you can add users, whether it's yourself or your team. So for example, if you have your sales or estimating team, you could add your users. All the users that are within the system will be listed here that you could select. Okay, so you can select the individual or multiple individuals so that you can see the team, right? And as soon as they are selected, right here, you'll see the color of their name. You can change the color of their name in your company settings, and under their personal profile, you can update the color if you choose to do that. Sometimes people like bolder colors, and you can customize those. Then right below here, you see add sales behavior. And so here you can add the takeoff, you can add the estimate, you can have the revised estimate. And now the sales behaviors that you want on the calendar will appear. So as soon as I click filter events, it will all appear on the calendar how I have it here. So I've already built that with Best Roofing's estimating team, so you can see what that looks like exactly. And there you go. So this is a staging environment. This is not an accurate representation of their information, but you can see that Chandler has an estimate due on Wednesday and on Friday. You can see Thomas has an estimate due on Thursday. And Saturday, that was something that I put in there for Ian so we could see more colors on the calendar. So if I change this to week, you'll be able to see that. Let me go here to next week, and we can see the different times that these activities are on the calendar. So coming here, gonna hit pause. This can have multiple views. As you can see, this is Best Roofing's estimating team, right? Now at Best Roofing, they also have a dedicated person, or I think it's actually 2 individuals that do takeoffs only for them. I'm not sure of their name, but it's also very helpful to have your takeoffs in a calendar view so they know if they have scheduled their takeoffs with the client and they're stacked one day and empty one day. So what you're going to do to add an item to the calendar, you can see here, add an item. You can select the file data. I see we have a question here, so let me just pause and see this question. Can you set durations for sales behaviors? We are bidding commercial projects, and typically we are blocking off a week to bid and generate the proposal. Yeah, you can do that. So you can see start date and end date right here. So if you're taking a whole week to do that, then it will span those multiple days as you're putting the start date and end date in there. So in that example, Jerry, what you would do is you would come here and you would find the file that you're looking for. Or let's say, for example, it's North Garden Condominiums. You can say who it belongs to. So this is going to pull the users who are already on this file. So in this case, William. And then you can select the sales behavior that you want to appear on the calendar, for example, estimate due, right? And then you can set the start day and end day and a little note if you'd like to have that in there. As soon as you add that to calendar, let's do that just here today. We'll say okay, and we'll say end date tomorrow. We'll just do that for example, and there you go. So you can span that over multiple days. Jerry, does that answer your question? Great. So let's say, I'm William here logged in and I want to save this for myself because, I'm just really interested in my own calendar. I can come here and save this view, and then we can save that item listed under here. So it's pretty straightforward. I said we have another question. Can you drag and drop from Outlook calendar to this calendar? No, we can't drag and drop from Outlook to here, but you can push from the follow-up calendar into your Outlook calendar if you'd like to do that. So here's an example. If I click on this item that I just, let me see, does it also show the follow-up sales behavior? Yes. So right here, if you can see that, it says estimate due. This is the follow-up sales behavior. So if I click on this, it takes me right to the project file so that we can access the project file quickly, right? Now, William, I see to answer your question, we can now push these activities to our Outlook calendar so that you can push that there if you'd like to have that there. So it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. It integrates with everything in file data already so that you can have a team calendar and see everything the way you want to see it. A nice estimating view right there. I want to hit pause. That's a general overview. It's really that easy and straightforward. I want to hear what other questions that you guys might have. Please post that in the chat there. Great. I'm glad you like it, Jerry. It looks really good, right? It's very sleek. I think Roxy's I'm asking about top follow-up. I use this for cold calling and following up. Yes, Roxy. So whatever sales behavior that you would like to appear on the calendar, you would come here to your sales behavior dropdown. It will appear here. Now, these sales behaviors, they're specific to Best Roofing. Now, for your company, you're going to have your own sales behaviors listed here. So all you have to do, so for example, they call it a next follow-up. You can add that sales behavior and then that activity will be listed on your calendar. Does that answer your question, Roxy? Great, great. Ken, I'm glad you like it. So again, if you guys are interested in beta testing this with us, we're looking for a few clients to beta test for the next week or so. And you can, let us know any feedback, any tweaks that we would like to make here and there. But we're really excited about this solution. Feel free to reach out to me I'd love to get your feedback on that and work through any challenges, but we're really excited about this feature. It's going to really help bring the whole company together. I just imagine our clients throwing this up on their Monday morning sales meeting and say, hey, what hard bids do we have going on this week? And then you can see them right here from the calendar. Jerry, you're interested in beta testing? Great. All right. So I'll write that down here. We can work on that together. Anyone else here in this group interested in beta testing with us? Okay, great. So I'll reach out to you guys. Great, Jeff. I'll reach out to you guys. We're going to work with a couple. I think we have another question here. So we receive all of our invites via email, which contains links to access the plan and specs. We currently drag and drop these into our Outlook calendar, which gives us access to these links. Do you have a similar feature where we can have access, where we can have similar access from calendar? So I'm not sure if you're referring to the follow-up calendar or your Outlook calendar, but let me show you here. This is a little bit of outside of that, but let's say I'm opening up this project here and you want to drag and drop your documents into the follow-up project. You can store that right here in your document storage area. And additionally, if you have links that you want to track, you can put them in your follow-up notes area right here. So you can put whatever links you would like to have that are related to this project right here pretty easily. So you would just copy and paste link right here and you can save it. And then your link will be listed right here. Another nice little feature that we have is this pin. So you can pin this comment to the top. So this will stay at the top. And as you're adding any other additional comments, it will stay up here. So this is the first thing that you see. Did I answer your question there? Okay, perfect. Great. Any other questions? Please post in the chat. All right, guys. Well, it looks like that's it. Jeff, I'll reach out to you. Jerry, I'll reach out to you, and we can get working on that beta testing. And I'm excited to roll this out to you guys. You guys have a great weekend, and take it easy. Thanks, Ken.